afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Wednesday. Charlotte is in today, and it's Lisa Briggs Day.
Yes, it is.
So, since we don't have phones, we're asking you to email your plant or garden question. There it is, tips at channel3000.com.
We've received a lot of
tips at channel3000.com. So
keep them coming.
And just use your first name, so don't worry about that.
Yes.
You're not going to be giving out your personal information, but that's coming up. You got about 45 minutes to get those questions in. But first up in our news today, prices for some items at the grocery store are improving, but other everyday items we buy are on the rise. Kyle Bzorski breaks down a new report.
3 members of the Portage Police Department have been let go after officers made threatening comments about a member of the community. And
deer archery and crossbow season just around the corner. Opening weekend starts on Saturday. We'll tell you everything you need to know. It's not really going to be hunting weather this weekend.
No.
The weather words for today, warmer but still comfortable.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Not bad. Get out there.
It's like the transition, right?
That's
right.
All
it is.
Still summer. And Greg's in the backyard, and it's going to warm up even more.
Yeah, it's going to feel a little bit more like end of August weather here for the last couple days of the work week as we warm back up to near 80 maybe in some areas. But right now we've got rid of some of the cloud cover, finally that low cloud cover that stuck around for most of the afternoon. So far we're up to the mid 60s for most of the area, maybe a few upper 60s overall, but Dane County overall pretty uniform from the mid 60s. 63 to 65 degrees too. Once again, the cloud cover has kind of whipped away through us. Further to the east too, you look at the Milwaukee area, which is interesting. We'll get to that in a little bit about the water spout issue they've had over there. But overall, the big picture shows all the activity is pushed well to the south. All the precipitation out to your right corner there's Hurricane Lee just approaching the U.S. coast, which will be a player for Maine and Nova Scotia here later this week. Overall, we see if we zoom in, those cloud cover began to break up finally, but it's been stubborn enough. We'll probably see more of that come back later tonight and fog, but you can see those showers out to the Lake Michigan. They've had many reports of water spouts today, which is pretty common for this time of year during the fall time frame. But for us, for the evening, we're going to temperatures get down to the mid 50s, clearing skies. Once again, we won't deal with the fog or low clouds yet. That'll be coming later tomorrow. Tonight's temperatures could see some 30s in some of the areas. Could be quite chilly. Even up to the north, they got frost advisories. It is that time of year. Not quite for us yet, but up to the north it is. So up again later on, we'll kind of break down when to see those foggy mornings. Those warmer temps are coming. And unfortunately, we do have some rain this week. I'll break all that down a bit later in the broadcast.
All right, we'll check back. Greg, thank you. Well, the August Consumer Price Index, or CPI, came out today showing that inflation continues to climb, going up 3.7% compared to last year.
So what can you do when buying everyday items like groceries? Our Kyle Bzorski has some solutions for those looking to save a buck.
Carl Miller, who's the owner of Miller & Sons grocery store here in Verona, tells me that when it comes to high inflation, shoppers need to be smart when buying their next loaf of bread or carton of eggs.
Many grocery chains run weekly deals on popular products. Miller says take advantage of them when they happen, but you don't need to go overboard.
As a consumer, when these deals come out, buy, but don't buy crazy, don't buy stuff you're not going to eat, and, just
Shop smart.
Shop smart.
Another smart move for shoppers is to look close at the price tag on the shelf. Many grocers are now putting extra information on the tags showing the price per ounce or per count. You can then compare to similar products to find the best price. Shoppers I spoke with today tell me that they believe higher prices could be a consequence of increased wages.
Other shoppers I spoke with tell me that since food is a necessity, they're still going to have to buy the groceries at the increased price, whether they like it or not. Reporting in Verona, Kyle Bzorski, News 3 Now.
And those inflation numbers had a muted reaction on Wall Street. The Dow Industrials lost 70 points, but the NASDAQ added 39. The S&P gained 5.5. A GoFundMe that was set up to support a UW-Madison student who was physically and sexually assaulted downtown last week has surpassed $11,000 in less than 24 hours. The fundraiser, which was created by the RCC Sexual Violence Resource Center, had garnered over $11,000 in donations as of early this afternoon, about 21 hours after it was created. You can support the fundraiser by heading to our website at channel3000.com.
A La Follette High School student allegedly attacked the school's principal last week after hearing his name called over the loudspeaker. The principal recalled announcing over that loudspeaker the student should go to the community center, where a taxi had arrived to pick him up. The student is accused of hitting the principal twice in the head while threatening him, including telling the principal that he was going to kill him. The student told police his name was called over the loudspeaker 6 times, and the complaint states he felt it was quote, incredibly unnecessary.
Well, 3 members of the Portage Police Department were fired earlier this week after threatening to burn down a person's home.
Jalen Banks joins us live in Portage with reaction from residents in the city. So, Jalen, what are you hearing there?
Shock and awe. That's the common theme that I continue to hear from residents here in Portage. And luckily here at News 3 Now, we actually obtained the video of the threats that were made by the Portage Police Department members. Go ahead and take a look.
Hey, let's go burn down the house. I'm down. I said, up there. Is that? Yep. How does he afford that?
Residents in Portage that I have spoken to have told me that this is a complete surprise and that there's a certain level of distrust growing within the police department now, because in the past they've really had no issues with them. And one of the things that I've run into with some of the residents here in Portage is with this incident, a threat going out to a specific community member, that they were hesitant to even come on camera and do an interview because their fear of potential retaliation.
Feels scary, like seriously, maybe not want to even trust the cops at all. Like, I won't even be able to give them a call without knowing who I can trust and who I can trust, without having to, you know, deal with that type of situation. Because that is crazy. That really is.
For a full breakdown of the incident, you can find more information on our website and channel3000.com. Oh, and also I reached out to the mayor for comment, and I've yet to receive one. Reporting in Portage, Jalen Banks, News 3 Now.
Jalen, thank you. Archery and crossbow deer hunting season is just around the corner. It opens this Saturday. The Wisconsin DNR wants to ensure hunters stay up to date on some important information as the season develops. Dumpster locations, the baiting and feeding map, excuse me, and additional permits are all available on their website. And while the weather won't be perfect this weekend, the DNR does not expect to dissuade hunters from getting out for the start of the season.
Going into opening weekend here, of course, weather can be a real driver as far as hunter activity levels. It's going to be a little warmer and looks like damp opening weekend, which isn't great, but it's still opening weekend. And so people are going to be out there breaking in the season.
The DNR also hit on safety tips. Make sure to be careful when ascending and descending tree stands. They also say to treat crossbows with the same safety procedures you would with a firearm.
The manhunt for an escaped prisoner in Pennsylvania is now over. Authorities finally located Danilo Cavalcante in a rural part of Chester County nearly 2 weeks after he went on the run. State police in Pennsylvania captured escaped inmate Danilo Cavalcante and seen here in handcuffs and a damp Eagles sweatshirt as officers led him to a waiting SWAT vehicle Wednesday morning. The break came around midnight when a burglar alarm went off within the police perimeter in Chester County. Officers didn't find him, but began to zero in on an area where aircraft picked up a heat source.
They were able to move in very quietly. They had the element of surprise. Cavalcante did not realize he was surrounded until that had occurred.
But he didn't surrender. He began to crawl through thick underbrush, taking a stolen rifle with him. A dog finally subdued the suspect. Authorities say Cavalcante will be returned to full justice, serving a life sentence for the murder of his ex-girlfriend in front of her 2 children.
President Biden has unveiled new efforts to accelerate his administration's Cancer Moonshot Initiative.
Today, he announced additional investments in research to find new treatments and ultimately a cure.
Natalie Brand spoke to a researcher awarded one of the new grants.
For President Biden, who lost his son Beau to brain cancer in 2015, finding a cure is personal.
We sort of gave up on the notion that we could cure cancer. Everything we've ever put our mind to, we've been able to do.
On Wednesday, the president and first lady met with the administration's cancer cabinet, announcing $240 million in additional investment this year to prevent, detect, and treat cancer. That funding will be handed out to researchers by a new federal agency known as ARPA-H, dedicated to advanced research projects for health.
They really have a focus on high risk, high reward.
Professor Philip Santangelo and his team at Emory University in Georgia were the first to receive funding through this new effort.
We wanted to design drugs that were personalized, because every tumor is different, everyone's disease is a little different too, but then that would allow us to basically turn the immune system up or tune the immune system down when necessary.
The administration is also announcing a new effort to speed up clinical trials for cancers and other diseases, and also step up efforts to reach underserved communities nationwide.
There is this sort of bottleneck that even if you come up with really exciting scientific discoveries, how do we really get them into the clinic? How do we do this faster than we've been doing it?
Do you think we'll see a cure for cancer?
I think we're going to have cures for specific types of cancer, but I would say we should hopefully have far more cures for specific types of cancer.
The administration's Cancer Moonshot initiative hopes to accelerate that, with a goal of cutting the death rate by at least half by 2047. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
The administration also announced new efforts to help people quit smoking, since that remains the single biggest driver of cancer deaths in the country.
The North American International Auto Show got underway today in Detroit, but overshadowing this year's show is a possible strike by the United Auto Workers Union. The union's contract with Ford, General Motors, and Stellantis expires late tomorrow. Some things car makers didn't want to talk about. Ford CEO said Tuesday night that the company made its most generous offer to the UAW in 80 years, including pay increases, but ruled out a 32-hour work week.
Still optimistic that we'll get a deal, but there is a limit.
The union went into negotiations also seeking a 40% raise and reversing concessions made during the Great Recession. The head of the UAW says the company needs to get serious. The United Auto Workers Union is leaning toward a targeted strike strategy where they would hit select plants that make key components for some of the automakers' most profitable vehicles.
Janesville, stand up. You officially have the best tasting water in the state. This year's competition saw participation from strong contenders, including Appleton, Whitewater, Green Bay Water, Oak Creek, Racine, Manitowoc Public Utilities, Port Washington, and Menasha Utilities. Under the leadership of Utility Director David Botts, Janesville Water Utility provides water to a population of nearly 66,000 people. The source of their water is 8 groundwater wells with an average daily pumpage of 9.2 million gallons.
Every judge has a little different palate. They have a little different personal preference, taste. So it's unique to them, but typically it's what leaves them feeling refreshed and like no aftertaste or anything along those lines.
With this achievement, Janesville is now setting its sights on the national stage, where it will vie for the title of North America's best tasting tap in June of 2024 in Anaheim, California. Janesville, we got your back on
Janesville,
this one.
Cheers.
Guzzle up.
It's not Janesville water.
Well, you gotta go there and get it.
I guess so. Still to come at 4, she's only 13, but she can lift her weight over her head.
We will tell you more about this champion weightlifter and where she gets her inspiration. That's next.
Save big at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Choose an Amish handcrafted sofa from our showroom, or let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture
at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Did you get hit with big energy bills this summer? You aren't alone, and we want to help. Because if your house was hot this summer, it's going to be cold this winter, and heating and cooling is by far the biggest energy user in your home. That's why our foam insulation is such a great investment. Our best offer of the year just ended August 31st. But to help you get ready for winter, we're going to extend it until September 22nd. When we foam your walls, we'll insulate your attic for free.
USA Insulation.
About our designer kids package or free lens upgrade. Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
It's here, Wisconsin's newest and most exclusive sports show. Wisconsin Huddle. It's more than just highlights. It's more than X's and O's. It's a dynamic 30-minute weekly special produced for the die-hard fans of Wisconsin athletics. Embark on an exclusive journey into the lives of some of UW's top athletes as we offer an inside look into their world. Watch Wisconsin Huddle Friday nights at 6:30. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So let's get to yours with an SUV like the Ford Edge with a bright 12-inch LCD touchscreen, the power of an EcoBoost engine to get up and go, intelligent all-wheel drive, and a panoramic vista roof to get a better view of your world. Be future ready with Ford Edge. Choose FlexBuy on Edge and get 2.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus $1,000 FlexBuy cash, only at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
Save big money and get 11% off everything at Menards. Upgrade your home with quality appliances from top brands including Criterion, KitchenAid, Maytag, Whirlpool, and Amana. Menards has the largest in-stock appliance selection ready to take home today. Get this front-load stackable washer and dryer set and save over $650 after sale price and an 11% rebate. Get 11% off everything right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Save big at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Choose an Amish handcrafted sofa from our showroom or let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture.
At Wanakee Furniture ETC.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Georgia Southern comes to Camp Randall this Saturday to play the Badgers as Wisconsin hopes to bounce back after a tough loss to Washington State last weekend.
Oh, running back Ches Maluski has already made a large impact on Wisconsin's offense this season after fighting through injuries for much of his Badgers career. He sat down with sports director Zach Hanley for this week's Wisconsin Huddle. Maluski says he's happy to show off his abilities now that he's healthy.
It was pretty irritating to not kind of be myself the first 2 years that I was here. I mean, I played good football, I played well, but I knew that a certain aspect of my game was not there, and I was just doing the best I could with what I had. And now, you know, I'm healthy 100%, and you know, finally the world can kind of see what I can do now.
You can check out the full Wisconsin Huddle program this Friday at 6:30, right after News 3 Now at 6. That show's taped on Monday nights at 6:30 at Buck and Honey's in Sun Prairie. You're all invited to come out and watch. We'll talk about breaking a glass ceiling with some heavy lifting. That's exactly what a 13-year-old girl from Nebraska has done.
So excited for this story. She is a champion weightlifter, and she credits her parents for all of her success. Jonah Gilmore has her story.
Inside this gym,
it's hard.
There's some heavy lifting going on.
It doesn't come easy at first.
And for 13-year-old Chastity Del Balso, this is light work.
I got involved with my dad. He was in weightlifting meets and everything, and I just got influenced by it.
Chastity not only lifts, she competes in the USA Weightlifting Championship. The banners hanging on the wall inside Conqueror Weightlifting are proof of her abilities.
I participated in the Youth National Championship. I was 64 plus and 13 under, and I won first place.
It's the second time Chastity has competed on a national stage, taking the top honor. Dad and coach CJ Del Balso says it's an accomplishment he's been preparing her for since she was 4.
It's good to see those efforts pay off and then her applying it on big stages, you know, winning national championships and performing under pressure and performing well when she needs to do it most. So it's very exciting and rewarding as a coach.
He says it's a lot of fun watching his child enjoy a sport he loves.
I definitely have to push her at times, you know, just like any young kid. Sometimes they don't feel like training, but she liked the results of the competition, so that was kind of the motivator is if you want to do these meets, you have to do the preparation.
That preparation has Chastity lifting 132 pounds in her snatch.
A snatch is where you go like this, and you're like this, and you go all the way down.
When it comes to her clean and jerk, she can lift 172 pounds.
There's a lot of people like crowding you and all of that, and there's a lot of pressure on you. Also, when you win, it feels really great, but if you lose, you'll know next time what to do.
Deadlifts are not a part of the competition, but her personal best is 264.
She's currently the #1 ranked lifter in the United States for her age and weight category.
Chastity considers herself an all-around athlete and participates in school sports when she's not lifting. And even at school, her strength is on display.
When the teachers tell me to do something or pick this up, they're always like, "Oh my gosh, Chastity, you're so strong." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I am. I do live."
She credits her mom and dad for getting her to this point.
Also just a blessing from God.
And hopes to inspire other kids her age, proving heavy is a mindset, and all you have to do is dream big and lift.
You just have to get into it and you'll do it.
Oh, every joint on my body hurts watching that.
I know, we need a chiropractor at this point.
Shoulder, oh my. All right, some of Chastity's other sports include volleyball and throwing in track and field.
She's amazing.
Congratulations to her. Keep up the good work. Well, here's a disturbing trend. The number of injuries, even deaths among airline service personnel is on the rise.
We will find out why this is happening coming up after Greg's First Warn forecast.
Join Ortho Teen Clinic's Dr. Ashish M. Raval on September 14th to learn about the causes of shoulder pain and pain relief options. To register for the free educational talk, visit stoughtonhealth.com and click on Classes and Events.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Steinhoffels is your sleep solution destination. Right now, you can get a Queen Beauty Rest mattress for only $3.99, or upgrade to the luxury and comfort of a Beauty Rest Black Hybrid and pay just $51 per month when you use our 72-month financing. Plus, you'll get $300 in Steinhoffels cash. Isn't it time you got a great night's sleep? Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. Relax, it's Steinhoffels.
Precision is very proud of our 5-star reviews. I do everything I can to go above and beyond for repairs. No, I'm not an actor. I'm a garage door tech. That's what I do here at Precision.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
You got me.
Tag, you're it.
Imagine a world with no drama. For the guarantee of high-quality promotional items delivered on time, go to 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Special report.
Spectrum brings us Spectrum One, where Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile come together to keep you seamlessly connected wherever you are!
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and one free line of unlimited mobile with no contract. Call 1-833-743-4999.
The Coopers here just got Spectrum One. Why did you switch?
With Spectrum One, we get a super fast, reliable connection. Look, with Spectrum Internet, I can stream Spectrum News across all our devices.
And the advanced Wi-Fi has enhanced security and privacy features that automatically block online threats, keeping our family and devices safe and secure.
How reliable is Spectrum Mobile?
It's a super reliable service coast to coast.
And it includes nationwide 5G.
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and one free line of unlimited mobile with the fastest wireless speeds. Call 1-833-743-4999 or visit a Spectrum store today.
Join Ortho Teen Clinic's Dr. Ashish M. Raval on September 14th to learn about the causes of shoulder pain and pain relief options. To register for the free educational talk, visit stoughtonhealth.com and click on Classes and Events.
Well, take a look at this. As a toddler, Ruben Flowers posed with his pilot dad in an airplane. Well, now nearly 30 years later, he's posing again with his pilot dad, and he's the first officer on his father's last flight. Flowers says it was his dream to fly with his dad, and the timing was perfect. Flowers started his career just as his father, also named Ruben Flowers, was nearing retirement as a captain. Thanks to a brief overlap, father and son were able to fly together and recreate that iconic photo on a flight from Omaha to Chicago in the spring. The elder Flowers says seeing his son next to him for his last landing was a dream come true.
Oh, I love this story.
And it's a great story.
That is great. Okay, so it is a day to celebrate one of the most versatile nuts of them all, Mark Kane.
I'm right here. I'm right here.
September 13th is National Peanut Day. Peanuts are actually legumes, and they fall in the same family as peas and beans, and they grow underground like potatoes. The peanut plant likely originated in South America, perhaps 3,500 years ago. It was into the 1800s that records show peanuts were first grown as a commercial crop in the U.S. and grew in popularity. Dr. George Washington Carver, a black scientist and inventor, was researching peanuts and encouraged farmers to grow them. So here's some fun facts. Peanuts pack a ton of protein, are high in antioxidants, and rich in magnesium, iron, and zinc. See?
And we spare no expense.
We don't.
Here on Live at 4.
We just went to Mark's desk.
Actually, off-brand, and there's about 6 left in here.
Okay. That's all yours.
Care for a legume?
So that's okay.
Would you care for a legume?
No, I'm all right. I'm good with my legume. So, yep. Unless you're allergic to them, it's all good.
I was on a flight once, and nobody could have peanuts because one person was allergic.
Oh, it's serious stuff.
Yeah, I guess.
It really is. So
I'm terribly allergic, so hang on.
All right, grab the EpiPen.
All right, warming up out there.
Yeah, I think we might see some 80s maybe for some areas by Friday, but you will be dealing with the fog. Once again, September kind of issue that we always deal with for the next couple mornings. But I will break down how warm it will get and the rain chances that we'll expect this weekend. All that after the break.
Get 11% off everything at Menards. Update your home with bright, energy-efficient LED recessed lighting from Juno. Its ultra-thin design fits flush against the surface, making it quick and easy to install. Get this 6-inch LED flat wafer downlight for $17.97 after rebate. Keep your devices powered with Energizer Max batteries. They deliver consistent performance and have lasting power. A 16-pack of AA and AAA batteries are $8.99 after 11% off right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Ivisia Dry Eye Drops. Made with hydrating polymers, moisturizing hyaluronic acid, and revitalizing trehalose for instant dryness relief that lasts up to 8 hours. Ivisia, we see a better way.
Here's your parachute. Packed it myself.
Certain it's okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you 4imprint certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of congratulating coworkers or saying thank you for being a customer with promotional products from 4imprint. Our expert team is dedicated to making your satisfaction a certainty.
Packed it myself.
Land the perfect products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
We're cranking up the voltage, Wisconsin. Lottery retailers all around the state are lighting up with the latest limited time offer. During September, there is a 1 in 3 chance the lightning ball strikes a set of 2 plays on Megabucks. When it does, players get an extra number, which means better odds of winning a prize. Jackpot not included. This electric offer is only available for a limited time and only at Wisconsin lottery retailers.
Salonpas, makers of powerful pain relief patches for 89 years, believes in continuous improvement, like rounded corners that resist peeling, with an array of active ingredients and sizes to relieve your pain. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
This is Matt Gunderson. We recently celebrated the life of Margaret, who never let a cookie jar run empty. Her service was cookie-themed, with everyone enjoying her tasty treats. Allow us to personalize every detail of a life well lived.
Patio doors, patio doors. Scott the window guy can do patio doors. Scott the window guy can do patio doors.
We do patio doors at scottthewindowguy.com.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Yeah, as we look ahead maybe to Friday night football, we have some weather conditions coming up. Really, it looks all right. We do have a front approaching that basically later Friday night, so it should start off, this is kind of the reverse, should be actually partly cloudy, partly sunny in the beginning. Cloud cover will increase. We are watching maybe some rain, but we'll see if that holds off. Maybe for areas that are closer to the Mississippi, we might see something towards the end of the game. But for right now, it looks okay. At least temperature-wise, looks good. We'll see later on if we get any precipitation, if we come with it. Overall, we're still seeing clean skies right now. That cloud cover is slowly beginning to dissipate. Once again, we should have clearer skies, at least tonight, with more fog potential coming over. Right now, if we time out this evening, temperatures will slowly fall down with some low clouds out there. Light winds really getting back down into the 50s, probably by 7 p.m. And then we'll be dipping down into almost, as we get closer to midnight, some areas into the 40s up to the north, as you see, 49 Camp Douglas. And then after midnight, everyone should start seeing more 40-degree temperatures. And then we'll keep an eye on the fog or low clouds that'll begin to develop towards morning. But you see, it's going to be kind of a fairly chilly night for this time of year, but nothing we haven't seen before. Although, if we look at the big picture right now, precipitation, we're going to deal with the fog probably tomorrow, maybe even Friday morning. Showers come back late Friday, as I mentioned. Looks like through Sunday, it won't be an all-day rain event, but Saturday looks the best chance. And then dry periods, once again, Sunday doesn't look too bad, but still a shower possible. Temps warming will probably reach maybe upper 70s, near 80. Slightly cooler this weekend, and then we warm right back up to near 80 next weekend. So really pretty much typical temperatures you would expect for this time, middle of September. Overall, here's the system that we're watching through the weekend. That's the one that's going to be approaching ahead of it. Southerly flow will really allow our temperatures to actually climb pretty good by Friday. Here it's come through, kind of broken line coming through Friday, late Friday, probably Friday night into Saturday. There's a lot of questions as how fast this will approach and if it'll stay together, but it's going to really sit overhead Saturday, and then we're going to watch maybe another wave come across it Saturday, some time frame to see more rain, and then this system coming on the backside will come through Sunday. So there's opportunities, and once again, Saturday looks like the best chance, but it's not going to be an all-day rain event. Rain amounts right now don't look that impressive. That could change. You can kind of see where they see some of these waves come up. We could see a quarter to maybe a half. If something develops overhead and kind of sits here, maybe some areas could pick up a half. This probably will change a little bit, but gives you a general idea of what we're kind of expecting, not a significant amount of rain. As we look at the bigger picture as this comes through, you can kind of see what's going to go on towards Saturday morning. We might see actually some more precipitation Saturday morning from southwest Wisconsin down to south central. Then we might see more development in the afternoon. There's still a lot of questions going on exactly will there. So just definitely pay attention for Saturday for the Badger game, any outdoor activity. We might need the rain jacket or actually gear that's going out. But we're looking at tonight, could be 30s in some areas, not frost, but definitely get into the 30s. Once again, fog could be an issue in the morning. You see some visibility is getting down to less than 3. We could see some that get less down to a half or even less than that towards tomorrow's morning's commute, something to keep in mind of. Once that burns off, we should climb right back into the middle 70s, maybe upper 70s, and that's just the start of it. Going into Friday morning, much warmer, 50 degrees coming into Friday. That means that we're going to see temperatures then Friday climbing up to the upper 70s to near 80. There's your rain chance coming in Saturday. Once again, it could be a morning, could be an afternoon. Some questions on that. Some rain Sunday is a possibility, and then we warm back up to next week, back to near 80 once again, with some rain chances maybe towards the end of next week. So all in all, it's pretty typical weather conditions you would expect for September. Yeah. But yeah, pay attention. We'll time out Saturday a little better. Right now, there's a lot of conflicting information. It could be Saturday morning or it could be Saturday afternoon.
Okay, can we just not have it during senior pictures?
Well, there'll be people that want to don't. You got hunting going on, you got games going on. So
yeah, there's
right
a lot
now,
of
just
stuff.
plan for some rain, bring something along for it, and we'll see about timing. So.
Okay, all right.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Thank you.
The TSA says this summer was the busiest ever for air travel, but there's also a new problem on the rise.
The people responsible for loading bags and servicing planes are getting hurt at an alarming rate. Some are even losing their lives.
Earlier this month, the Federal Aviation Administration issued a safety alert for aviation workers. Pete Mountain has more on what's behind this disturbing trend.
When Courtney Edwards went to work on New Year's Eve, she had no idea she would become part of an alarming statistic. The mother of 3 was helping marshal a flight to its gate at the Montgomery, Alabama airport when she was pulled off her feet, according to an NTSB report, and into an operating jet engine. Edwards was killed.
It's a very tough job and it's dangerous.
Employees working on airport tarmacs are now part of a troubling trend. Injuries among them spiked last year, according to Occupational Safety and Health Administration data, first reported by the Wall Street Journal.
My leg went up to this level.
This is what's left of an on-the-job injury that Ernest Tanga says could have been much worse. Tanga works at Washington Dulles as a ramp agent for contractor Swissport. In February, he was taking bags by hand from an Avianca flight when he slipped. His left leg stuck between the body of the airplane and a baggage loader.
So when I pulled my leg out, I sat on a box for about 4 to 5 minutes, and it was just my leg. The whole leg was burning.
In a comment to CNN, Swissport says the health and safety of employees is the highest priority, and it says it fully complies with all applicable labor regulations. The number of on-the-job injuries declined in 2020 when travel during the pandemic cratered. But OSHA figures show as flights picked up, injuries quickly returned to and exceeded pre-pandemic levels. Just last week, Massachusetts State Police say a forklift operator at Boston Logan was pinned by a metal beam and killed while he was servicing a JetBlue flight.
It is absolutely essential that as we move forward, that we bring these workers out from the shadows.
U.S. Senator Ed Markey, a Democrat from Massachusetts, says his legislation to improve airport service worker pay will lead to less turnover and safer conditions.
The higher the morale, the more likely that safety standards will be, in fact, maintained at the highest possible level.
Airlines have added employees since the pandemic downturn, but safety experts say there is intense pressure on contractors to quickly service aircraft with limited staffing.
I think you need more oversight, you need heftier fines, and you need a recommitment on the part of the air carriers to treat these people fairly.
Do you think it's getting less safe?
I would say yes, because people keep on doing, one person will do a job of 3 people.
Ernest Tanga is still working for Swissport, but on light duty. He thinks new protections for workers like him will be a heavy lift, but it could save lives.
If things were done the proper way, I think people wouldn't be injured.
And just last week, the FAA issued a safety alert on this. It's called out that fatal incident in Alabama on New Year's Eve.
The FAA says that incident does not point to a systemic issue, but the severity of it is cause for ramp workers to be extra vigilant and for airlines to review their own procedures.
Well, coming up next year on Live Before, lawmakers met with some of the most influential people in tech today to talk about AI.
And then at 5, UW Health is suggesting people make a plan to protect against respiratory illnesses this fall. Catherine Merck will have the story.
Summer fun means one thing. It's time to visibly say goodbye to crow's feet, fine lines, wrinkles, and under-eye bags, and say hello to smooth, beautiful, younger-looking skin in 10 minutes with Plexiderm.
Oh my God. I can't believe I have no lines in my face. I'm like 20 years younger.
Plexiderm smooths away wrinkles without foundation, without color makeup, and without expensive procedures. And it works in 10 minutes. Plus, the results last up to 10 hours. And best of all, you could try it for only $14.95 this summer.
This isn't the first time I've been on TV raving about this product. It's amazing. My friends, my family, they can't believe it. There's been creams, there's been lotions. Nothing works like this.
We were away on vacation. If you go down to the islands, they always want to take you in a booth and put some stuff on you. And my husband said, boy, that stuff really works. And I said, I washed this off hours ago. This is Plexiderm. This is what works.
When I tried Plexiderm the first time, my daughter said, oh, Dad, did you get a haircut? And I said, no, I tried this Plexiderm product out. Oh, you look so much younger. I said, oh, thank you.
The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shell clay. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing under-eye bags and wrinkles from view in minutes. The science is incredible, but the results are even better.
No, this looks really good. All these lines are gone. Amazing. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I look amazing. It's like so full of myself.
I've had under-eye bags for a very long time, and it sucks. Finally, I tried something called Plexiderm. I put it on my face, and I'm not joking. It works.
So take action this summer and pack up your under-eye bags and wrinkles and put them on vacation with Plexiderm. Try our summertime special and get it for only $14.95. Plus, get free shipping. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Anybody that knows me here knows that I'm always focused on the customer first. I want to make sure that we don't have to worry about this door next year, the year after that. I'm not an actor at all. Here, Precision, we're here for you.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Here's your parachute.
Certain it's okay? Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, so congratulate coworkers or say thank you with promotional products from 4imprint.com.
4imprint for certain.
New at 5, we dive into the controversy surrounding the Portage Police Department after 3 members were fired. Jalen Banks is in Columbia County with the latest.
We have a chance of rain to end the week. It looks like this could impact the Badgers football game, but we also are going to see temperatures warming up to end the week. I'll have more details at 5.
And ahead at 6, sports director Zach Hanley is in Milwaukee with a record crowd as the Badger women's volleyball team takes on Marquette. That's tonight at 6.
Keeping the weather satellite is spinning. We end up at the Santa Monica Pier.
Look at that.
72 degrees.
They all look so happy.
Oh, why wouldn't you be? You're on
Yeah.
the Santa Monica Pier. Well, lawmakers called together some of the leading artificial intelligence designers, ethicists, and public policy experts for an all-day forum on the pros and cons of the emerging technology and what Congress's role should be in regulating it.
Skylar Henry has more details from Capitol Hill.
Tech giants Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, and others arrived on Capitol Hill for a closed-door discussion with lawmakers about how to move ahead with artificial intelligence.
It was a very civilized discussion, actually, among some of the smartest people in the world.
The point of the forum was to hear from nearly 24 of the leading AI innovators about how the government can create legislation that allows AI to thrive while putting guardrails in place to prevent potential catastrophes. Tesla CEO Elon Musk was among those talking about the risks that AI poses to humanity.
This meeting may go on in history as being very important for the future of civilization.
There did appear to be broad support for some kind of regulatory oversight of AI.
I think it's really important that the government does put sensible policy in place. This is obviously a super powerful technology and really important to get right.
While nearly everyone agreed that Congress has a role to play, they also agreed that it'll be hard to legislate AI because it's such a fast-growing industry making advances every day.
You want to be able to maximize the benefits and minimize the harms. And that will be our difficult job.
Even if lawmakers can create legislation, it still has to pass through a sharply divided Congress.
This was a bipartisan effort. The idea here was to educate as many of our members as we possibly could, and we had some great teachers in there.
More than 60 senators attended the forum, but some skipped it, protesting the fact that the forum wasn't open to the public. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Well, the European Union was the first to create artificial intelligence regulations when it passed the AI Act in June. Well, it's time to get your plant and garden questions answered. Email your questions now at tips@channel3000.com.
Lisa Briggs is standing by live at the WISC Company, ready for your questions. Once again, it is tips@channel3000.com. We're right back.
Is summer fun on your agenda? If not, it should be, because we are at Wisconsin RV World today with Miss Christine Egan, the lady who knows everything about these beautiful units behind us. 78 years in business, 4-generation family-run business. I know you love this opportunity to help people have fun in the summer. So what are some options of these great things?
You can get anything from a single axle to a bunkhouse to a couples unit to toy hauler, travel trailers, and fifth wheel. The sky's the limit.
I love it so much. You have all of the models on the floor right here. What about solar? People are always wondering about, are these units solar ready?
You can get it with either solar ready or solar on board.
Okay.
Solar on board means that you actually have the solar panels on the roof and ready to go.
Can I get in one of these? Because
yeah.
I love them so much. Someday I'm gonna have one. Will you show me one?
Yeah, we'll get outside and look.
Christine, every time I'm here, I'm amazed at your selection.
This is one you might really like.
Let's go see it. Hero of your family and make it a fun summer here at Wisconsin RV World. I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison. Now we just need a deck of cards and a cold beverage. Get over here.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Overall, traffic's fairly light volume right now. We did have a crash at the Gammon Road here about the top of the hour near the ramp there, but that doesn't seem to be holding up traffic. Otherwise, not too much going on as we go across here. You can zoom in. Overall, the Beltline is actually looking fairly smooth right now for this time of the day. We're going to Mount Horeb, no issues besides the construction going through the Verona. Up to the north, the Dells looks fairly quiet too. No issues going on there. And to the south too, Janesville's looking good too. Something reminder, you could see some morning fog too, so just be cautious when you do your Toronto's morning commute, you guys.
Thank you very much, Greg. Garlic breath, not frowned upon at all in Wichita, Kansas over the weekend. More than 5,000 people showed up for Ori's Garlic Fest. 500 pounds of garlic in the form of seasonings, salts, shots, and raw and cooked garlic were made for the festival. With preparation starting more than a month ago, the owner of Ori's Farm says the inspiration to do this came from a garlic festival in Gilroy, California. This was the 6th garlic festival for Ori's, and they say they plan to be back again next year.
I like garlic.
So do I.
Yeah.
That's the place for us.
There you go. Well, it's time to get your plant and garden questions answered, and Lisa Briggs is standing by at the Bruce Company. Hi, Lisa.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Beautiful afternoon it turned out to be.
I know, it's gorgeous. Temperature's just perfect.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to get right to this. So we have a viewer who lives in the middle of the drought area.
The extreme drought area.
Extreme drought area. And they were, apparently last week you were talking about if we have a hard winter, some trees might die, and it might be necessary to water them this fall. So she has old pine trees. She wants to know how should she water them, how often, and how much during this watering session. It's a lot.
Okay, so yes, as drought affects trees, it does limit their ability to prepare for winter. And so it sort of starts a cycle. Trees are stressed by the drought and they get stressed by the winter, and there can be damage or in some cases death of things. Big pine trees or spruces, since they like drainage, is probably not as critical as if you had like a redbud or maybe a beech or birches. But I would still water. So how she should water, best thing to do is to get a soaker hose, you know, that weeps, and go around the drip area and just water it for a tree that big, probably a couple of hours, you know, maybe every week to 10 days.
Okay.
Unless it rains. And then that would help if it rains.
Yeah, don't water the base because the roots are spreading out. That's what you got to get the water to.
Yeah, the roots are out here. Exactly.
All right, so Deb has African violet plants. She wants to know how to get them to flower again. Do I need to use a special fertilizer?
African violets will flower better if you use African violet fertilizer, and we do have that available in the garden center.
Okay, great.
Okay. Now, Debbie is asking, why would Stella de Oro daylilies stop blossoming the last few years?
Oh, well, daylilies there could be a couple things. Maybe where they are, they've gotten more shade than the daylilies can tolerate. They need about 5 or 6 hours of sun to flower properly. So it might be that trees have gotten bigger or that's shadier. It also might be that if she's fertilizing with a heavy nitrogen fertilizer, then it would be producing a lot of really lush growth at the expense of flower buds. So check how much sunlight they're getting, and then also I would make sure that if she's fertilizing that area, that she keeps the fertilizer away from the daylilies.
Okay. Mary plans to plant a dwarf cherry tree in a large container for the outside. What kind of rock should she use at the bottom of the container, and how much? She lives in a condo, so that's why it's going in a pot.
So I'm going to say, first of all, that it's really can be difficult, depending on what the winter's like, to get woody plants to overwinter in containers. We usually want things in a container not a whole lot bigger than the root ball, but in the case of trying to winter something over, she would want a larger container because she wants to insulate the roots. I wouldn't put rocks in the bottom of it unless she's worried about like a, you know, like if it's a really windy area, and if that's the case, just something at the base. What she does want to make sure is that she's got proper drainage in that pot because cherry trees hate wet feet.
Okay.
Oh, so do I. Okay, so this viewer has a hibiscus plant in their garden, and it's doing very, very well, but would like to transplant it to a suitable pot and try to save it over the winter for the next garden season. And it would be kept in a sunny room. So they're wondering if they should prune it down or what they should do to save the plant.
Well, there are hardy hibiscus, so if that's what they have, they should just leave it where it is. If it's a tropical hibiscus that they put in the ground, then yes, to winter that over, they're going to have to put it in a pot. They're going to want to use potting soil and not a lot of the garden soil. And then they're going to want to put it in the heaviest, or not the heaviest, in the brightest area in their house, the sunniest window. Pot should be a little bit bigger than the root ball is, and again, needs to have good drainage so that the plant doesn't drown.
Okay.
All right. Bob wants to know when's the best time to cut back outside perennial plants.
You could start any time now. I'm going to do some of mine this weekend. If you've got things that have had diseases, like if you had powdery mildew on phlox or something like that, you want to make sure that you don't put that stuff in your compost pile, that you get rid of it. So anything that has any kinds of disease issues, that you're going to want to take back before the winter and then discard it.
Okay.
Nancy would like to know, can I dig up my dahlia tubers and replant them next spring?
Absolutely you can. She could wait a little bit. You don't really have to do it till there's a frost. If her dahlias are still producing flowers, she might as well enjoy those. And then when she digs them up, cut back the foliage and let the soil around them dry out a little bit, and then carefully brush it away and lay them in a box in a cool, dark, airy place. Check them, I would say, every month or so to make sure that she doesn't have any mold setting in. Make sure that they're staying firm and not getting squishy.
A lot of cleaning up questions today. I guess it's that time of year.
It's a lot of stuff.
It is.
All right, we have more questions, but we don't have time, so maybe we'll do them on the news show on Monday. So tune in then.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Lisa. Thank you all for writing in. Great questions. We'll have a final check your forecast coming up.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Champion Windows is celebrating our 70th anniversary with our best sale of the year. Right now, buy 2 Comfort 365 windows and get 2 free. Don't sweat over high energy bills. Buy 2, get 2 free. Call or schedule your free estimate online at getchampionwindows.com.
It's here, Wisconsin's newest and most exclusive sports show. Wisconsin Huddle. It's more than just highlights. It's more than X's and O's. It's a dynamic 30-minute weekly special produced for the die-hard fans of Wisconsin athletics. Embark on an exclusive journey into the lives of some of UW's top athletes as we offer an inside look into their world. Watch Wisconsin Huddle Friday nights at 6:30. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
You got me.
Tag, you're it.
Imagine a world with no drama. With 4imprint, you don't have to chase down the perfect promotional products. Exclusive apparel, bags, drinkware, and more. 4imprint will help you capture the moment and guarantee to deliver your order on time and on budget. Take the drama out of ordering promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
We dive into the controversy surrounding the Portage Police Department after 3 members were fired. Jalen Banks is in Columbia County with the latest. Then how you can make a plan to protect against respiratory illness this fall. That story more coming up next at 5.
It all comes down to the final drive.
News 3 Now brings you the big play highlights and scores from Southern Wisconsin high school football action. Don't miss the final drive, Fridays on News 3 Now at 10.
Keep in mind the fog potential for tomorrow's morning's commute. Otherwise, mild conditions for the end of the work week, maybe 70s, an 80 possible. And then rain comes in Friday night through Sunday, and we'll hopefully have a better timing on the wet weather that could impact some activities on Saturday coming up in the next few days, you guys.
Thank you. On the next Live at 4, Dr. Zorba Pastor has all the latest medical news.
And we'll meet a farmer who has a lot more than cows on her farm. We'll meet her in this week's Traveler Throwback Thursday.
At Bergstrom Automotive, we have a non-commissioned sales team, which is a polite way to say we don't really care whether you buy a practical Equinox, the rugged Silverado, or the speedy new Corvette. You've been told no before? Join the Bergstrom Automotive family for the yes.
From working out to catching up, and of course, game night, your home is the groundwork for all of life's awesome moments. This is Tom Coyle. My family and I say thank you. We're proud to have been a part of this community for 78 years. And during our 78th anniversary event, carpet installation is just $78. Coyle Carpet One Floor and Home. Beautiful, made affordable. Locally owned and operated since 1945.
Why choose between a longer life or quality of life? You deserve both. And with Kisqali, a treatment for people with metastatic breast cancer, you can have both. Kisqali is a pill that, when taken with an aromatase inhibitor, is the only treatment of its kind shown to both help people live longer and improve or preserve quality of life. Because you shouldn't have to sacrifice one for the other. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Live longer and live well. Ask about Kisqali, and long live you.
Fry Construction invites you to usher in the fall season with our exclusive fall sale. We're talking about savings of 23%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 3 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Get on board for our fall savings. Save 23% off gutters with any full roofing project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
At Bergstrom Automotive, we're so serious about saying yes to your trade-in, we challenge you to bring us a no. We accept crazy things like old cowboy boots and an old office chair, even that old junkie you didn't think would make it to the parking lot. Join the Bergstrom Automotive family for the yes.
In today's Final Touch, when is a lane not really a lane?
When it was laid down by mistake, confused drivers on a Florida highway were seen yellow after a pavement marking vehicle made its mark where it wasn't supposed to. The errant yellow line zigzagging between lanes on I-95 ran for more than 20 miles, making it one very lengthy error. Now, if you follow the yellow slick road, it led straight to a parking lot of a local highway construction company. Department of Transportation officials later confirmed the company made the mark by mistake and said work has already begun to remove the golden gaff.
Oops.
Drivers in Florida are bad enough without that little helper. All right, that's our time for now. Thanks for watching. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.